I used to shy away from skin tints because quite frankly I didn't think they had enough coverage for me and they definitely didn't have enough staying power. However, I have done a bit of a 180 and I've been trying out lots of different skin tints over the past couple of years, and I've collated all of the details together and come up with my top 10 skin tints. And at the end of this video I will tell you my top 3 choices. We've got a variety of budgets covered in this video, so there's going to be something for everybody, and I've also got glowier, more radiant skin tints versus more natural matte blurring skin tints as well. So depending on your requirements, hopefully, fingers crossed, there will be something that matches everything you want and need. Before I start, I just want to pre-warn everybody that some of these tints are in my summer shade for when I have fake tan on my face, and I quite obviously don't have fake tan on my face today, so it may look a little bit strange side by side bare skin, but I wanted to give you a view of the difference that this makes side by side, no makeup whatsoever. So hopefully that will be helpful. First up, we've got a skin tint from Iconic London. This is the Super Smoother Blurring Skin Tint, and that is exactly what it does. It smooths, it airbrushes, it blurs. It is absolutely beautiful, and that blurring effect sticks around for a considerable amount of time. I would say around 4 to 6 hours. This is also incredibly long lasting as well, so it does stay true throughout the day. Yes, it gets a little bit shinier, as all skin tints, and in fact a lot of foundations are going to do throughout the day, especially if you have an oily T-zone, but the blurring effect of this is stunning. This comes in 18 different shades. The shade that I've got is light neutral. It's alcohol-free, it's fragrance and essential oil-free. It's like a second skin finish. It's not glowy, but it is blurring. It's more of a satin matte, and it is buildable in those areas that you need a little bit more coverage. There is something slightly similar from XX Revolution, but this is being discontinued, so if you're wanting something slightly more affordable with the same similar finish that the Iconic London gives, then be very, very quick, because there are few shades left of this, and it's down to £3, I think, so in my opinion, I think they are definitely going to axe this from the shelves. This is the Skin Blur Soft Focus Skin Tint from XX Revolution. It's a demi-matte finish. It's got peptides in there as well, and it's just beautiful. I've no idea. They get rid of so many of my favorite products at XX Revolution, but this one's a stunner. If you can get it in your shade, definitely get it now before it's gone. Up next, we've got Sculpted by Amy. This is the Hydrating Moisturizing Tinted Serum. It does have an SPF of 20 in here. I probably don't even get SPF of 5 with the amount that I'm actually applying to the skin. I do like to apply this quite gently to the skin. It does have quite a bit of glow as far as I'm concerned, and the more you build it up, the glowier this is going to get. This comes in 20 different shades. I've gone for the shade 4.0, but that is my summer shade. It's alcohol-free, fragrance and essential oil-free, and it contains some lovely moisturizing and hydrating ingredients like glycerin. It's got ceramides to look after the skin barrier and centella to calm and soothe. This gives a barely there skin tint. It's got a soft sheer finish, and it's incredibly lightweight, but it feels very hydrating on the skin. All of the skin tints that I'm going to mention in this video last at least 6 hours. If they didn't, I would not be featuring them in this video, and I think 6 hours is a really decent amount of time for a skin tint. If it lasts any longer than that, I will let you know. Next up, we've got the Hourglass Illusion Luminous Glow Foundation. This also has an SPF in here of 30. Again, I don't apply this liberally enough to get the SPF 30 that is advertised on the bottle, probably around about 5 with the amount that I apply. This is a very glowy product. It is on the cusp of being a little bit too glowy for me, but powdered down, this is going to give a much more soft, subtle glow. The Hourglass tint comes in 18 shades. I've gone for the shade 6. It's alcohol-free, fragrance and essential oil-free. It's got glycerin, squalane, shea butter, meadow foam sea oil, oil in there, so it is going to give you a very luminous glow. It looks radiant, but it doesn't look wet in my opinion, and I can't abide that I've just come out of the gym look. This is a beautiful finish, and it also has incredibly good staying power. So this lasted at least 8 hours on my skin. I would say probably 10. I did powder it in place though. The L'Oreal True Match Nude Plumping Tinted Serum is next. This is a cult favorite. I really don't like the dropper action. The dropper does not work for me, so I end up tipping it on its side or smearing the side of the dropper on my hand to release some of the product, because it doesn't always work, and that is a bit of a bugbear for me, but it is an affordable product, so I shouldn't be complaining. This comes in 10 different shades, and there is quite a big shade jump between each individual shade. I've gone for the fairish shade, which is 0.5 to 2, very light, and it's a very good match for my skin, luckily. Once again, this is fragrance and essential oil free, but it does contain quite a large amount of alcohol, so if you are sensitive to alcohol, you may want to give this one a miss. This isn't for every day for me because my skin is sensitive to alcohol, but the finish on the skin is so beautiful, and it does contain glycerin and sodium hyaluronate to counteract the drying effects of those drying alcohols. This is going to give you a flawless nude dewy glow finish, and it has great staying power, probably because of the drying alcohols within this formula. They do a job. They do a job. So this lasts for way over 8 hours. I can do a full day's worth out of this, and it reacts more like foundation than a skin tint with a skin tint feel. So incredibly lightweight, absolutely phenomenal. I was going to put the Merit The Uniform Tinted Mineral Sunscreen in this video, and it is a beautiful product. It's got an SPF of 50 in here, which covers UVA and UVB protection. However, this is rather pricey. If you do love luxury products, this one's going to be the one for you. If you don't mind having a slightly heavier feel on the skin, the e.l.f. product, the Halo Glow Skin Tint, is going to be my pick because I just think it is such a fantastic product. It's a great finish on the surface of the skin, and once again, it's going to give you that SPF 50 protection. Both of them are mineral sunscreens, both of them fantastic protection, and both of them you can apply in the right quantity to get the SPF 50 on the bottle. I prefer not to do that. I prefer to apply this a little bit more sparingly because it does feel a little heavy on the skin in those correct quantities. But over the top of my standard apply on its own SPF, this is just a bit of added protection. This comes in 18 shades, and I've gone for the shade 4 Light Neutral, which is absolute perfection on my skin. It's going to give you a natural dewy finish which sticks around for an incredibly long amount of time. This is best to be applied with your fingertips, especially if you're going to be using it as your standalone SPF, because you're going to lose a lot of product into a brush or a sponge if you choose that method of application. It does have mineral SPF filters, so zinc oxide in there, and for me this had no visible white cast whatsoever. It's got niacinamide, bisabolol and allantoin, so it is really nice and calming and soothing on the skin. And the kicker for me is this is water resistant for up to 80 minutes. So not only does it stick around for a long time, and I'm talking around about 10 hours, this is also water resistant for 80 minutes. So a great product to take away with you on holiday. I've been talking about this product for the longest time, and it is still featuring in this video years on. So this is the Rimmel Kind and Free Moisturizing Skin Tint Foundation, and it is beautiful. If you are after a standard skin tint, something very similar to the old Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer before they ruined it and, you know, reformulated, this, for me, it doesn't get any closer. It is such a lovely product, and it will last for around about 6 hours on the skin. So great for running errands, great for that summertime. If you just want that dewy glow and you want something really lightweight on the skin, this is your gal. So this comes in 18 different shades. I've gone for the shade 160 Vanilla, which is my summer shade. It's alcohol free, it's fragrance free, it's essential oil free, and it does contain glycerin, panthenol, and aloe for that added soothing quality. It's going to give you a dewy finish. For me, again, better than the Laura Mercier new reformulation. It's got 6 hours worth of wear or thereabouts. And although it doesn't specify that there's an SPF in this, it does contain zinc oxide nano and octinoxate. So there is some sort of SPF in here. I'm not sure why they've not marketed it as having an SPF, but it definitely has those ingredients within my bottle. Next up, we've got a cult favorite from Herborian. This is the CC cream, and I was so impressed with this. I can't stop myself from telling everybody about it, especially if they're not necessarily makeup wearers. If they want something really lightweight, if they want to apply something just like they would their normal moisturizer, this is the product that I recommend to them. My aunties used this in the past, as well as a very similar product from Revolution, which is far cheaper than this one, but has less skincare benefits in. So if you're wanting a moisturizer that's also going to act as a tint, this is the one. If you're just wanting the tint without the moisturizing and the other really high quality benefits, the Revolution one may be a good go-to for you. This comes in 3 different shades. I have the shade Claire, which is perfect. This is alcohol free. It does contain fragrance and essential oils though, so if you are sensitive to those ingredients, you are definitely going to want to give this one a miss. I don't find the fragrance overpowering, however, but if you get irritated easily, you may get irritation from this. It does contain glycerin, centella, and vitamin E to soothe, and it's also got an SPF of 30 in here. I don't apply enough to get the SPF 30 on the bottle. The filters are octinoxate, titanium dioxide nano, zinc oxide, and ethyl hexyl salicylate. It's a very light coverage. The coverage is hardly there, but it just evens your complexion out, and it's incredibly easy to apply. Often, any sort of product like this that goes on white and then changes colour tends to make me look a little orange. This one doesn't. The difference between this one and the Revolution product, the Revolution one, the lighter shades did tend to go a little bit too warm on me. Great for anybody with a warmer skin tone, but for my neutral undertone, it looked a little tangerine, so I like to stick with the Herborian CC cream in the shade Claire. This is a phenomenal product for those people that don't really like wearing makeup at all, but just want to make their skin look like it's a slightly better version of their own. Another affordable skin tint for you. This is from Maybelline, and it's the Superstay 24-hour skin tint. Superstay is the major thing here. This lasts for a really long time. For me, this is more like a foundation tint, so it's really lightweight if you want it to be, but you can also build this up to be more like a foundation than a tinted moisturizer. It is multi-level. You can use this for so many different occasions. So this comes in 20 different shades. I've gone for the shade 5.5, which is beautiful on my skin at the moment. It's fragrance and essential oil free. It does contain quite a bit of alcohol in there, so just be warned if you are sensitive to that ingredient. It contains a smidge of vitamin C and also vitamin E within the formula for those added benefits. It gives light to medium coverage. You can sheer this out though if you so wish. It can get a little cakey if you over apply it, which is why it wasn't one of my favorites when it first came out. I much preferred the L'Oreal skin tint, which is much lighter in weight than this one. However, over time, I mastered the application and I realized I was just applying too much and pretending it was a foundation rather than a skin tint, and that was the wrong thing to do. So applied in a skin tint-like fashion, very sparingly with a brush, this looked perfection on my skin, not heavy at all, not cakey at all, and it lasted, I mean, gosh, I mean, it just lasted. I don't think people talk about this skin tint enough. I'm not quite sure why they don't, but I think it is absolutely fantastic. This is from Lisa Eldridge and it's the Seamless Skin Enhancing Tint. This is so lightweight, it is so liquidy, and it gives the most beautiful coverage and finish on the skin. I mean, just wow, it is beautiful. So this comes in 18 different shades. I'm the shade T3, which is an exact match for my skin tone at the moment, as well as a really smoothing, blurring formula. This also contains glycerin, prickly pear seed oil, which is anti-inflammatory, and vitamin E to soothe, add antioxidant protection, and hydrate and nourish. It doesn't contain alcohol, fragrance, or essential oils. It's a lightweight serum-like texture with a luminous, healthy glow. It's weightless, it's blurring, it's crease-proof, it's really light coverage. You can build it up, but not too much, so I wouldn't try, otherwise this looks a little sweaty on the skin. And for me, it was really long lasting. The more I build this up, the less time it lasts on my skin. So I like to apply it really sparingly, and it lasts for hours and hours, and my skin looks beautiful. It's so flattering on an over 40 skin. This doesn't emphasize fine lines, texture, pores. I just think it's wonderful. And finally, before we dip into my top 3 products, I want to talk about the Milk Hydro Grip Gel Tint. This is so flattering on my skin on first application. I had to include it in this video. It is stunning. So this comes in 15 different shades. I've gone for the shade 4, which is a lovely match for me. It's alcohol, fragrance, and essential oil free, and it's got multi-molecular weights of hyaluronic acid and glycerin and squalane for hydration. It gives light to medium coverage depending on how much you build this up, and it gives a radiant, silky finish, which is actually quite glowy on first application, but it does settle into place over time, and with a little bit of powder, it's even more smoothing. This is velvety, soft, and incredibly airbrushing with powder, and those airbrushing effects last for a good few hours. Not all day, but definitely a few hours until the natural oils start to come through this and make it a little bit glowier. This one didn't last as long as I was hoping. It was all still present on my skin after 10 hours, but it looked a little textured. It looked a little bit too glowy for me. So definitely 6 hours is what I would say this lasts for, and lasts for looking beautiful. Any longer than that for me, I would need to powder this and touch it up in place. So just be warned, I absolutely love this, but it didn't last as long on me as I was hoping. So let's talk about my top 3 products. I have a favorite overall, I have a favorite affordable, and I have a favorite for any holiday or vacation that you may be taking in the future where the weather is going to be hot and steamy and beautiful. So my top overall, my ultimate favorite goes to the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Enhancing Tint. This is the one that I have on today, and I just think it is glorious. This is so flattering, it's smoothing, it just doesn't emphasize anything that I don't want emphasizing. It gives you a subtle glow, but not too much of a glow. In fact, I have a little bit of highlighter on my cheeks, which is unheard of for me usually, but I have put a little bit of highlighter on my cheeks because this is so blurring and so beautiful. I just felt like I needed a little bit of something, but I love this. I absolutely adore it, and it's really long lasting for a skin tint as well, and it is the most weightless out of all of the skin tints that I have ever tried. It feels like nothing on the skin. My favorite affordable skin tint is the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour skin tint. This is glowy, but not too glowy. It's long lasting. You can get anything from sheer to medium coverage with this if you want to build it up. I prefer light coverage, so that's the way that I wear it, and it lasts for such a long time and looks flattering all day, even when my natural oils have come through this. So absolutely love it. I don't like the dropper, I don't like dropper applicators, but you know, I can put up with it for the product that's inside it. And favourite for hot and steamy weather where I am in and out of a pool if I want to look spectacular on holiday, which, by the way, I very rarely do. It's SPF all the way for me, no makeup during the day. But if you're going to an event and it is hot and steamy and you're going to be outside, I highly recommend the e.l.f. Halo Glow Skin Tint. Not only is this a beautiful skin tint that lasts an incredibly long amount of time, it's water resistant for 80 minutes. And I don't think you can get better than that. It is a little bit heavy if I over apply it. Does feel a little tight, does feel a little heavy, and can look a little cakey in areas, but if you apply this sparingly, it's beautiful. It truly is lovely, and yeah, definitely my favourite for going on holiday. So they are my top 10 skin tints. I will be wearing these not just through the summer, but now I'm liking something a little bit more lightweight so that you can see a little bit of my skin poking through. I'll be wearing them through the autumn and winter as well. I just think they are so flattering, and especially the ones that have a really long wear time. I don't think you can go wrong. I really don't. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. Please let me know what you thought about it in the comment section, and also add your comments to which is your favourite skin tint, because if everybody's tried these and they're not that keen, your recommendations may be very, very helpful to everybody else, and I may not have tried your recommendations either, so I may go out and buy them and try them for myself. Please don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave. Hope to see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.